And here now is your midday sports report. The funeral procession for Brazilian football legend Pelé is continuing through the streets of Santos, where thousands of people have gathered waiting to see Pelé's coffin. People are standing on rooftops, leaning from balconies and packing the streets to get a glimpse of the Brazilian icon. The procession passed the house where his 100-year-old mother, Celeste Arantes, still lives. Dona Celeste, as she's known in Brazil, celebrated her 100th birthday on November 20, the day the 2022 World Cup kicked off in Qatar. She was 17 when she gave birth to Pelé, her first child, on October 23, 1940. Family members say she has cognitive difficulties and is unaware her son has died. The procession, which has been moving for more than 3 hours, will end at Santos's Memorial Cemetery for a private burial service. Brazil's government declared 3 days of national mourning after Pelé's death. Pelé, arguably the world's greatest ever player, had been undergoing treatment for colon cancer since 2021. The Brazilian won 3 World Cups, the first at 17 and the last as the talisman in 1970 for arguably the finest ever 11. He scored more than 1,200 career goals and is the protagonist of some of the most revered and replayed moments in football history. Now, NFL star Damar Hamlin is in critical condition after suffering a cardiac arrest during a primetime game on Monday night in Cincinnati, Ohio. The 24-year-old Buffalo Bills player briefly got to his feet after making a tackle on the Bengals' T. Higgins in the first quarter, but then fell on his back. He received on-field medical attention for more than 30 minutes before being taken to a local hospital. The NFL suspended the game for the night about an hour following the incident. His team, the Buffalo Bills, later confirmed the cardiac arrest in a statement and added that his heartbeat was restored on the field. The emergency sparked an outpouring of support for Hamlin and brought attention back to the dangerous nature of America's most popular sport as the NFL season approaches its climatic playoff stages. Now, players from both teams gathered around Hamlin as emergency medical staff gave CPR and oxygen. Several were seen visibly distressed, with many kneeling to pray and some in tears. It was unclear when the game between the two AFC contenders, with the #1 seed hanging in the balance, would be concluded. The NFL said in a conference call that the Bills would be returning to Buffalo and a decision on the game would come later. Emma Russ retained her top spot in the Archery Jamaica National Rankings competition recently. 16-year-old Russ, born in New Zealand to a Jamaican mother, is the country's first international archer. She won the women's recurve 70 meters with 544 points ahead of Simoya Tingle, 385, and Shade Simpson, 139. Russ has already qualified for this year's CAC Games.
Qualifying for Pan American Games is definitely top on the list. And then CAC Games, just going to the event and performing the best I can, and hopefully having a team with me as well.
Meanwhile, Sean Lu Pair took top spot from Ronald Dina, outscoring him 541 to 538, and Christopher Ellis, 503 points, was third. Both Pair and Dina, along with Zosh, who finished fourth on 413 points, are selected for the men's recurve team 70 meter at the Pan American Qualifiers set for the Dominican Republic in April, while Russ, Tingle and Simpson will head to the Dom Rep representing in the women's equivalent. Each team
compound
will be
archers
joined by a
competing
fourth archer.
in this ranking event for Jamaica, so we're hoping to take our compound archers to that event and try and win some compound spots for Pan American Games.
It's the first national rankings tournament, and the plan for Archery Jamaica is to have 4 per year going forward. And that is it for your lunchtime sports, and I am Jermaine Brown. Shamela, back to you.
Thank you, Jermaine. And that's the Midday News. I'm Shamela Pullen. Join us at 7 for Primetime News. On behalf of the news, sports and production teams, good afternoon.